Imagine stepping into the marble heart of Rome. The forum buzzes with life, senators greeting allies, soldiers saluting commanders, families sharing quiet moments in the shadows of temples. Then one man's voice cuts through it all. A single command. And suddenly, no one dares touch lips to cheek. No greeting kiss. No farewell. No sign of respect or affection in public. One emperor just made the most ordinary human gesture illegal. Why would a ruler of the world fear a kiss? What was he really afraid of? The air in the imperial court grew heavier with every passing year. Tiberius, the man who inherited the empire from Augustus, had once walked among his people. Now he watched them from a distance. Rumors slithered through the palaces and forums. A disfiguring disease was spreading, something that attacked the face, inflaming skin and turning greetings into risks. But whispers said it was more than illness. It was the emperor himself pulling away from the world. In ancient Rome, a kiss wasn't just romance. It was how you sealed loyalty, how soldiers honored commanders, how friends and family showed respect. The daily kiss, the Cotidiana Oscula, was woven into the fabric of life. Senators expected it. Citizens offered it. It was the pulse of Roman society. Then Tiberius struck. He issued an edict forbidding general kissing. No more public displays at ceremonies. No casual brushes of affection in the streets or forums. The ban stretched across the empire, from the heart of Rome outward. For years it lingered. Some records say through much of his reign. At first it seemed like a health measure. A strange fungal affliction, mentagra, was scarring the faces of the elite. Kisses could spread it. Social distancing, Roman style. But the deeper you looked, the darker it became. Tiberius was changing. He withdrew from Rome. He retreated to the cliffs of Capri, surrounding himself with suspicion and isolation. Every gesture of closeness became a potential threat. Loyalty felt fragile. Affection felt dangerous. The man who controlled the known world could no longer bear the touch of his own subjects. Courtiers froze. Soldiers hesitated. Families learned to keep their greetings cold and distant. The empire that thrived on ritual and connection suddenly felt the chill of one man's paranoia seeping into daily life. Imagine the tension in a crowded basilica, eyes darting, hands held back, lips sealed by imperial decree. What happens when the ruler who demands total loyalty begins to fear the very symbols of it? The ban didn't stop with health. It became another thread in Tiberius's tightening web of control. He restricted New Year's gifts. He grew furious at interruptions. Even a physician daring to check his pulse through a handshake drew sharp rebuke. Every interaction was scrutinized. Every gesture could hide betrayal. Rome's elite whispered. Some saw it as madness, others as cold calculation. The emperor who once led legions now ruled through fear and distance. The kissing ban wasn't just about disease, it was about power, about drawing an invisible wall between himself and everyone else. And yet, people still tried. Tradition ran deeper than fear. The ban was hard to enforce. The Cotidiana Oscula had been too ingrained for centuries. But the message was clear. Even the smallest acts of human warmth now carried the emperor's shadow. Layer by layer, Tiberius's paranoia reshaped the empire. Trusted advisors fell. Informers rose. The court on Capri became a place of secrets and surveillance. The man who banned kisses was slowly suffocating the spirit of Rome itself. What drives a ruler to criminalize something as basic as a greeting? When absolute power meets deep fear, it doesn't just isolate the ruler, it isolates everyone around him. The records show a man tormented by suspicion, retreating from the very loyalty he demanded. The ban became a symbol of how quickly control can curdle into dread. Think about it. In the greatest empire the world had ever seen, one man's personal demons reached into every forum, every home, every greeting. Daily life bent to his will. The cost was immense. Trust eroded. Warmth became suspect. Power revealed its loneliest face. Tiberius's Rome reminds us how fragile the rituals that hold society together really are. One paranoid command, and even a kiss becomes an act of defiance. In the end, the emperor who feared kisses died alone with his suspicions. The ban faded, but the lesson remains carved into history. When paranoia rules, even the smallest human connections become threats. What would you risk a kiss for in a world like that? If this glimpse into the shadowed side of Rome hit you, smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden truths from the ancient world, and drop a comment. What everyday ritual do you think a ruler could never ban? Turn on notifications. The next secret is already waiting in the dark.